Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel SS Analysis. First of all, I would like to tell you that if you are watching this video first time, subscribe my channel to see my more upcoming videos on analysis of different commodities and equity indices. And second important thing is to watch this video till its end to understand this thoroughly to take your decision. Your one like will motivate me to be regular in working more hard for you. Let us start the day to analyze the movements of gold futures in different time frames. Friends, here you can see a daily chart of gold futures where the gold futures have touched the highs of $1349 on February 19, 2019. Since then, we have seen very volatile moves in gold futures, once again sharp upward moves, and finally the gold futures settled at the level of $1277 on last Friday, but I find that this uptrend is still intact because the gold futures have not clearly shown the advent of downward trend till the gold futures are maintaining above the 200-day moving average in a daily chart. I find that volatile moves will be there in near future because on the tariff trade war front, Washington and Beijing set a tentative timeline for a fresh round of face-to-face meetings ahead of a possible signing ceremony in late May or early June. So friends, this will result in a successful escalation of tariff trade war where we find growth in export activities between both the countries. And recently, as you have seen, that most of the central banks have adopted an accommodative policy on interest rate cuts, whereas the Beijing has provided a financial stimulus to its industries, where I find that both the countries will try to raise their export activities for where they will need a lot of foreign exchange in the coming time. Therefore, I find that most of the central banks will try to start buying gold once again as they were doing in 2018, when here you can see that this sharp upward move was there in gold futures due to the constant purchase by most of the central banks during this period. Therefore, I find that the current lower levels of the gold futures will encourage most of the central banks to go long in gold futures from the current levels, because we have already been going through a era of uncertainty that this policy of accommodative rate cut is evident enough to indicate that most of the central banks are feeling insecure in terms of slowdown. Therefore, I find that they will run for gold in near future. This will result in a sharp upward move in gold futures during the upcoming week. So friends, I find that till the gold futures are maintaining above the 200 days moving average in a daily chart, we will see the gold futures to take sharp upward moves from the current levels. Therefore, I find that in a daily chart, the gold futures still have the power to test the levels of $1313 during the upcoming week. Now let us see this chart in an hourly time frame. Here you can see that in an hourly chart, the gold futures have finally found a good support at the level of $1273 before moving upward till the weekly closing on last Friday. No doubt that they are still above the 50 days exponential moving average, but I find that on the first trading session of the week, we will see the gold futures to see a gap up opening above the level of $1279, which will inspire the gold bugs to go long from the current levels, because currently they are sitting on the sidelines, and secondary, growing uncertainty in the global equity markets will encourage gold bulls to go long in gold futures, because I find that most of the global equity indices are currently at their highest levels where they are likely to attract more bears, and I find that during the upcoming week we will see the major global indices to take downward moves from their current levels, because if we check the weekly closing of most of the global indices, I find that we are going to see bearish trend in global equity markets during the upcoming week, that the gold futures will try to take a sharp upward move up to the levels of $1293 on the first trading sessions of the upcoming week, where they will test the 200 days moving average, which will provide stiff resistance to gold bulls, but a sustainable move above the level of $1293 will encourage gold bulls to take sharp upward moves to achieve their immediate target of $1306. No doubt that the gold futures will have to go through very volatile week during the upcoming days, but overall trend will remain bullish, because in case of a downward move from the levels of $1306, 200 days moving average will provide good support. Therefore, I find that the gold bulls will try to test the levels of $1313 during the upcoming week. As here you can see, the 50 days exponential moving average has come above the 50 days moving average, which indicates the continuity of a bullish trend in gold futures in an hourly chart. Therefore, I find that the gold futures may see a gap up opening on the first trading session of the upcoming week. Now let us see this chart in a 4-hour time frame. Here you can see that the gold futures have finally found a good support at the level of $1273, from where they have seen a good spot in gold futures and finally closed at the level of $1277. And here you can see in a 4-hour chart, 20 days exponential moving average has come above the 20 days moving average, which indicates the continuity of this uptrend during the upcoming week. Therefore, I find that a gap up opening above the levels of $1282 on the first trading session of the week will result in a sharp upward move, when the gold bulls will try to test the 200 days moving average, which is currently at the level of $1299, and I find that a sustainable move above the level of $1299 will encourage the gold bulls to test the next target of $1313, where they will find some resistance. But if we find the gold futures consolidate above the level of $1310, no doubt that the gold futures will try to break this resistance up to the level of $1318. So friends, be ready to see an action in gold futures during the upcoming week. My stop loss level for the upcoming week will be at the level of $1258, where I find that the gold futures are not likely to break the levels of $1268 in case of a downward move. So friends, if you like this video, don't forget to share this video with your more and more friends. Thank you.